But I want to start with a story. So, literally, when I was reflecting on this speech, I thought to myself, every single thing I've ever done in my life, up until last year, I failed at. Everything. I became an expert in failure. And I'm really grateful for it. So, I know a lot of you guys don't know this, but I used to be a lead singer in a band, bro. And, that was fun. And we have millions of views on YouTube. And went all in on it. And my goal when I was in the band was to take it all the way. Like, I didn't have the goal to be in a mediocre band. I had the goal. And what do you think? Yes or no? Did the band make it all the way? What do you think? Take a guess. Is the chat alive? Okay, I see Laura Hurd's alive. No, I didn't achieve the goal. Not even close. Not even close. Second venture in my life was dirt biking, right? I grew up racing dirt bikes, broke 19 bones. Someone say 19. Broke 19 bones.
19.
Thank you. See, now the virtual is alive. Look at Prop Jeets here. Dang. He's got some energy. Broke 19 bones racing dirt bikes. My goal was to become pro. Did I become pro? Nope. Got right there. Didn't become pro.
Nope.
Did I have the goal? Yes or no? Yes. Yeah, had the goal. Didn't accomplish the goal. Right?
Yes.
Had the... Yes. Right? Had the goal, but didn't accomplish the goal. Right? And after that, everything hit the fan. I mean, everything. Family went bankrupt. Our house got repossessed. I remember the day our house got repossessed. All of my dirt bikes, our trailers, everything. And we had to move into this tiny little apartment. And my dad's business failed. The finances of our entire family failed. Failure after failure after failure after failure. Even when things were doing good, I didn't reach the goal. Right? And after the day, a year or so after, I walked in on my dad with another woman, and then the day I was on the phone with him when he had a gun to his head, and he was about to take his own life because of the pressure of the bankruptcy that we went through. I talked to him on the phone, and he was screaming, and I was screaming, and we were blaming each other, and I didn't know he had a gun to his head. And thank God he didn't take that, pull the trigger. And the response to that was extreme anxiety. And when I was rehearsing this morning, I got really emotional because the anxiety was the greatest gift I was ever given. Because when I was all alone with just turmoil in my head everywhere I walked, I was walking down the sidewalk thinking people were going to pull a gun on me. The only person I was honest with was my psychologist. It was the worst. And it was the greatest gift that ever happened to me. Because people don't make massive improvement without massive pain. Unfortunately, the human body has been wired where if you don't feel massive pain towards something, you don't make rapid progress. Right? So I was talking to Craig last night about this. The anxiety was the greatest gift I was ever given because it forced me to go, stop. I want everyone to think for a moment of a bad habit that you have, and in countdown of 3, 2, 1, I want you to say stop like it's not in your life any longer. 3, 2, 1. Stop. human beings get to a point where they say, never again! I'm not going to accept this. So the one day, my psychologist told me, you're going to struggle with this your entire life. This is who you are, right? A lot of people go through this in Alcoholics Anonymous, where you're labeled as an alcoholic, you're labeled as this, you're going to struggle with it your whole life. I didn't believe it. So I went through this process of habit redesign. I started thinking, okay, well, I don't want to be identified by some subjective label that someone gave me, right? Who am I? Who do I want to be, right? So I tried all these different hacks. I wrote this book called Worry 180 because I had this huge progress through the process of diversion where I learned to distract my mind every time I thought of anxiety. And that worked to get me to a certain level. And Craig and I, again, we had a deep conversation last night, Craig and I. And I kept thinking to myself, there's got to be a better way here. I'm not this person. I was upbeat, I was loving, I was funny growing up, and here I am trapped in my own head constantly. And so I wrote this book called Worry 180 on how I kind of got 85% of my anxiety away. And I wrote it, I spent 8 months writing this book, and I was like, I'm going to change the world, I'm going to help people overcome anxiety. And I spent 8 months in my mom's spare bedroom in this pink bed and wrote this book, and 8 months. And I launched the book, and yes or no, do you think anyone bought the book?
No. Your mother bought it.
Yeah,
Oh.
my mom bought the book, yeah.
No.
Okay, my mom bought the book, okay? Another failure. But this time, I felt like I realized the root problem. So when you guys hear me say lead abundance, lead abundance, lead abundance, lead abundance, I say lead abundance with so much conviction that you have to learn how to sell and market yourself, because I spent 8 months writing this book that nobody wanted. So I said, I'm going to do the complete opposite. I'm going to learn sales and marketing. I'm going to go work at this company called yellowpages.com. And I set because I was interested in marketing. I go there, and I remember in the interview, I told my sales manager, I will make $400,000 in my first year. I'm like 24 at the time. My sales manager crossed his arms, looked back, goes, just laughs, right? And I didn't laugh. I looked him right in the eye, and I said, I'm making $400,000 in my first year. First job, 24 years old. Does anyone here think I made $400,000 in my first year?
Yes.
No.
Nope. I made $260,000. 25 years old. I still failed, but I learned that failure isn't such a bad thing when you have the right goals. And it was at that moment I realized the importance of setting big goals. If you shoot for the stars and you land somewhere in the orbit, right, your failures become successes. They become lessons. They become learning lessons, right? So long story short, COVID hits, and I set all these growth goals. I quit the job, and I start SMB team. This is 4 years ago. And 4 years ago, I started the company, and I said, I found the power of this in my sales job, so I wrote out this plan that we will do $256 million per year by 10 years when I wrote this plan out. And I had an Excel spreadsheet, and I wrote down, this is how much money we're going to do in year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5. I was the only person that knew about this. I was living with some roommates. I showed them it, and this guy I lived with made fun of me and said, he called me like the guy from The Beautiful Mind. You guys ever see that movie? Right? I was this crazy manic maniac with all these math equations and stuff, and had no job. Literally. We're going to do it. I waited I don't know what this 8-month number is. I waited 8 months to make my first sale when I started SMB team. I was scared. I was worried, right? And then I ran out of money. And that was another beautiful experience, because the pain came back again, except it was an exciting pain. It was a back up against the, I have no choice pain. I gotta go sell, right? And I sold 10 clients my first month, and by the end of the first year, we did $460,000. And then that wasn't my goal. My goal was 500. I didn't reach the goal. Failed again. Next year, goal was 1.5. Didn't hit it. 1.4. Next year, goal was 4.8. Didn't hit it. 4. Next year, this is last year, was the first time I actually exceeded my goals. So for 10 years, I've been wrapping my head around how do you actually achieve a goal? And the first insight I wanted to share is the difference between being goal interested, write this down, and goal obsessed. What's the second option? Goal what? Obsessed. Okay. Goal interested, that'd be nice, yeah, it'd be great, cool, yeah, cool. Yeah, it's a goal. Yeah. Another goal, like losing weight and spending more time with my family. So I thought to myself, okay, last year, we hit our goal. Our goal was to do 8.8 million. I remember the call to this day. I'm coached by Cameron Harold, former COO of 1-800-GOT-JUNK. I meet with him 2 times a month. And I remember the time I had a call with him, and we did the math, and he was like, wait, wasn't your goal 8.8? And with 2 months ago, we exceeded 8.8. And I made eye contact with him, and I was just like, I was shocked. This is the first time I actually exceeded a goal that I'd set before the deadline. So, and now we're past the 8-figure mark in our 4th year, right? So what I'm going to break down right now is the exact framework that I learned about why goal setting doesn't work.